Subscribe to our channel and stay updated with all our latest tutorials. Don't miss out, hit subscribe now. In this video, we're going to enhance our headcount page by integrating several new components, starting with a Dropbox that lists our business unit elements, populated through an MDX query. Additionally, we'll introduce a new segmented item to our existing segmented control and construct a new grid table, replacing our previous one to facilitate input processes, as the original table isn't configured for inputs at the lowest hierarchy levels. In this video, we're going to enhance our headcount page by integrating several new components, starting with a Dropbox that lists our business unit elements, populated through an MDX query. Additionally, we'll introduce a new segmented item to our existing segmented control and construct a new grid table, replacing our previous one to facilitate input processes, as the original table isn't configured for inputs at the lowest hierarchy levels. Firstly, we'll duplicate the grid cell widget containing the existing Dropbox and tackle the JavaScript necessary for this new Dropbox. We'll initiate the process by defining a consistent URL, which can be copied directly from our GitHub repository. We'll set the request type to post and activate the server parameter, a necessity similar to how we populated the grid table previously. In the body of the request, we'll return an initialization string tied to the widget ID, specifying the MDX in the repository YAML part. Next, we'll establish a parsing control, setting the type to list. In our query, we'll utilize utility functions to check if a widget value exists. If it doesn't, we'll set the system value to the first element's name retrieved from the MDX query. This setup ensures that once the parsing is complete, the system value selected unit will update based on the MDX output. For the return configuration, we'll define the display name based on the MDX results, ensuring that the names correspond to the correct MDX elements. This setup will dynamically update as we cycle through the MDX data. In the Choose event of our Dropbox, we'll trigger a refresh of the new grid table, now named Business Unit Grid Table, synchronizing the selected Dropbox value with this table's displayed data. In the YAML configuration, we'll end our MDX query which fetches the business units from the model. Following this, we'll copy an existing segmented item, label it as Item 3, and integrate it into the segmented controls repository GS part, setting its label to value and ensuring it aligns with the selected value parameter. We will then proceed to generate a new grid table titled Business Unit Grid Table with 14 rows and columns, and first we will have a static grid table. From the existing grid table, we can copy the init part. After copying the initialization part from an existing grid table and adjusting the step control to 13, we'll incorporate the necessary MDX into the YAML. To handle string elements in our MDX, we'll add backslashes before string identifiers for correct formatting. Finally, after setting the visibility of the previous grid table to false, we'll deploy these changes and clear the application's cache to ensure all updates are applied. Upon reloading the page, we will adjust our grid table header cells, setting the first cell width to 10% and others to 4%, and modify header titles. The first column will be nothing, and then 2024, and after that 202,401, 202,402, etc. This will ensure our new grid table is displayed correctly, fully integrated and functional for user interactions on the headcount page. In this session, we enhanced our headcount page by integrating a new Dropbox populated via MDX, adding a segmented item to our existing control, and deploying a new input-ready grid table. In the upcoming video, we will focus on dynamically adjusting our grid table header cells using a year system value, and modifying our MDX queries based on selections from the year, business unit, and segmented control selectors. Subscribe to our channel and stay updated with all our latest tutorials. Don't miss out, hit subscribe now.